What is happening? Coming at you from location on an island out in the reservoir after 2 beautiful days of paddling. We had thunderstorms all night, and it's kind of breezy today. Taking it easy, recovering in camp. Got the Gerber Ultimate, cool carabiner my brother Leaf and I found on a backpacking trip. Anyway, we got camp set up, and with the knife, more of what the knife can do. It's going to be kind of a cool, handy thing that can be done. And it's making a can stove that runs on rubbing alcohol. 80% or above is preferred, but I've got this empty can of Montucky Cold Snack, the unofficial beer of Montana. May or may not have been full yesterday. What we're going to do, it's kind of dented up, but that's all right. We're going to take the top out, or at least open it up, and then take it in half. And what you'll end up doing, that top being open lets some air in quite nicely. Use safety first and go against a good backstop. So I'm just starting to cut through. And again, the sheath of this knife has a sharpener built into it. So if you end up needing to give it a touch up, that can be done. And again, this is not needed to have a knife like this. You know, truth be told, it's probably easier with scissors and a different knife to get it off of there, but this works just fine. So then that big opening is going to be nice for allowing us to get the rubbing alcohol poured in. It's also going to be a good spot for your pan to sit on top of and air to cut through. And then I'm going to use the back of the knife, a couple of sharp edges. I'm just going to roll those down. You know, I've got a few of these that work really well, and like the Arizona or the Peace Tea cans are a little heavier duty aluminum than your typical 12 ounce, but these work out okay too. For what we're doing, it'll work out great. Just kind of get the can back to shape, and you're going to cut it roughly in half if anything goes slightly lower, because the bottom's going to be what's holding your fuel. So I'm just going to pick about halfway. Ooh, that cuts like a survival knife through aluminum. Not quite like hot knife through butter, but definitely like a survival knife through aluminum. So that's now nicely cut in half. Again, with scissors it's much cleaner, but if you're on the go, 70% works in a warmer environment. We tried 80 last weekend camping south on the lake a little ways, and 80 works good. If you can get 90, that's fantastic. So this part's done. We're going to leave the bottom, and that's going to end up just being our fuel holder. Then the trick on this top is we're going to put the knife across it, and right where that rim sticks up, we want to dent that down. And so we get that nice crease. And that's going to allow, when the alcohol vaporizes, that's going to be the spot where it goes up and makes your stove like your fire jets. And so I'll work my way around it, denting that top rim in. And after we have those dents, I'll go through one more time and fold around them. Show you what I mean. So it's kind of hard to tell. Here we go. You can see right around above my finger line, there's those little creases. So then I'm going to make sure that edge is rolled up so I don't cut myself. And I'm going to put my knife in that crease, and I'm going to kind of fold up. And I'm going to make a channel that goes all the way to the bottom and leads up to that part. So that's going to, like I said, be the jet part and it's also going to help us get the can to slip inside of the bottom. Yeah, we've been put in spotted bear. We've been paddling for 2 days. I think we're 24, 25 miles of paddling so far. The first night we got dropped off at 8 o'clock p.m. My wife Cynthia and Sean's wife Nikki drove up to drop us off, about a 2-hour drive to the drop-off. And then we paddled, and the sun set a little after 9. We were like, find camp by 9. We didn't. 10 o'clock rolled around. We still couldn't find a good shoreline to camp. Finally, we found a spot, set up hammocks, had a good hammock camp, just probably somewhere nobody's ever camped before. Then got up, beautiful paddling yesterday. Stopped to fish and swim for a little while. Got pretty smoked after a lot of paddling, stopped for a good lunch break. And then we decided to set up camp earlier last night so we weren't fighting for darkness. And glad we did. Huge windstorm, thunder, lightning, but pretty wild. Today, it's blowing enough. We're contemplating racing to the takeout and getting an earlier pickup, but we're scheduled to get picked up tomorrow morning, so we're going to stick to that. So anyway, not the prettiest, but all of those grooves are going to let the vaporized alcohol travel up. Then you just work it in, you kind of fold and pinch and nest it. Now here's where you can really see all of those dark gaps. That's where the alcohol is going to come up like a burner. And you can just set your pan on top and those flames will come from the bottom. Definitely pick a pan that you're not going to use for other stuff because it burns really sooty, and so you'll end up with a black layer on the bottom of the pan. I've got a little, I don't know, probably 1 quart aluminum pan that I use that I just keep with it. Again, I'm using a different stove this trip, so I don't have any rubbing alcohol with me, but I will keep this or use one of my other ones, and we'll fire it up and show you how it works and cooks. But again, just good multi-purpose camp knife. Slice cheese, meat, make a stove, take your pick. But hope you enjoyed. We're gonna get back to in this fire a bit more. Hard to get going in the rain. We've got the water filtering over there in the distance, and get rehydrated and maybe put a few more miles on. Thanks for watching. Take care.